problems, Jerry. Hey, everybody. Figured we were sitting here waiting on the time to start. I might as well start early with you. So welcome to Stay Fishy Friday. Turn that on. There you go. Now, let me say something. I seen on the comments here, I think it was Bob Taylor said TGIFF, and I'm over here, I'm like, huh. Bob's excited. He says, "Stay, thank God it's effing Friday." And he looks at me, he goes, "I think that's Fishy Friday." I'm like, "Oh, that would make more sense." So, thought he was excited. Let me get these things set up here. This has got to go over here. So I can see that. There we go. No. Stay where I leave you. Right there. This one here can go here like this. This has got to come up. Okay, I think I'm ready. This one down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so yes, today, well, what time is it? We got 2 more minutes before we start the show. Just cheers, everybody.
Takes me that long to get it on my phone.
And get the volume down and all that. All right. Bob says he's got to add one more F to that. TGIF or TGIFFF. As you can tell, my face has gotten much better. Suhan wants to start off with a drinking word. Let's go with legacy for today. I don't know. Or Charlie. We're here to talk about Charlie. So Charlie it is. All right. One more minute. Well, you guys are all on this drinking word thing, huh? I like it. See, now I can see the current viewers. I like that, but I can't see all of the screen of us.
Yeah.
To do that, I got to move this up right to there, and then I don't see that. So we're good. What I need is another monitor hooked up with, I can move information over to there. All right, it's 6 o'clock. Welcome to Stay Fishy Friday, everybody. As Bob Taylor says, TGIFFF.
Hope you all appreciate the countdown.
So this show here, we're going to be talking about the whole legacy and Charlie thing. Alan R says, I'm coming to town. Can I visit? Of course you can. I'm trying to keep up with the words over here. Anything. Let me just get this show going. So we're going to talk about Charlie. We're going to talk about legacy, everything that's happened. Of course, we're going to have the Tracy update. The drinking word is Charlie for the night. I think that covers it all. Yeah, we're still sore over here. We got back from the legacy, and then Josh had this get together at his house where my other son came up from. I forget where. Cincinnati, and so I had all 3 of my boys together. So we had a good time over there, and we stayed there until 10:30. Got a little tipsy, and I come home and find out at 10:30 I got a call from the nursing situation that they, the nurse ain't coming in tonight. So now I'm like, oh my God, I've been going all day long since like 5 in the morning. I got up to take a shower and be ready at 6:30. And now at 10:30 at night, I got to start a 12-hour shift for the nurse, plus do my 3 hours after that before the next nurse gets here. So I stayed up 31 hours in a row to take care of that because I didn't want to fall asleep and take a chance of falling asleep on Tracy by laying down. So I kept, doing things all night. and we got through it. But I woke up. There was a lot of work I did that wasn't on camera too. When we were loading and carrying tubs and that kind of stuff. I actually got sore, my arms and my shoulders and my back from bending over, and I was sore. Well, not only that, Reaper and Mark and John came over and they took the DeWalt screw guns with the wire brush and they grinded down the stand for the dog bone tank. And now Reaper, you'll see it on my next video. Reaper was here and he's like, oh my God, I can't. And he walked into the house and he fell to the floor on his hands and knees. He's like, there's a chair right there, bro. And he's like, I can't even make it. I'm like, wow, that's how sore Reaper is. So he was over helping all day and today, as well as yesterday. So now we're getting caught up to where we can just sit back and relax a little bit. And I jumped in the shower and got ready for the live stream. So here we are. Yeah, the videos were, me and Josh pre thought that out. I did the drive up there, the tour, and then Josh would do the fish video, and then I would also do the next video, which is the story of Charlie, the celebrity fish that came from the Dorp Mall, and how he got here, and how we took care of him for a while, and then now we give him to the legacy. So I went and downloaded the original videos and cut them up as best I could, but they're only in 480p. So I got like 10 minutes of those showing where Charlie come from, how he was, and all that kind of stuff. And I got like 20 minutes of us catching him, taking him up to the legacy, being at the legacy, swimming around in there, and then coming home. So we got 4 videos out of that trip. And then we got the behind the scenes video. Reaper got some good footage in there. He's the only one that caught Josh falling into the water, into the pond, or the pool pond. But yeah, we got up there and we were oh my God, we were pleasantly surprised. It was so much better in person. I mean, I hear everybody say that when they come here. The fish look bigger in person. The tanks look bigger in person. And I got there, I'm like, wow, these things are bigger in person. I got to experience that. It was great. I walked around there just like a kid in a candy store. It was amazing. And then, some negativity came from that. I always try and joke and keep things lighthearted and stuff like that. Well, I just said at one point, during the whole thing, hey, Lori, you imagine if we were married, the size of the rescue and, public aquarium we'd have with all your connects and our connects. And, someone took it that I was hitting on her. I even said, oh, yeah, that'd be great. But, yeah, no, Tracy wouldn't like that. And, and off camera, I was like, I hope you don't think I was hitting on you. I mean, she's a sweethearted lady, and I have nothing but admiration for her. I wasn't hitting on her at all, but man, did these people come out of the woodwork. Jesus Christ. It was on, it was on, I think Reddit it was. J Aquariums or R Aquariums. What a piece he was. Terrible dude. He'd been here and did a tour before and had nothing but great things to say about us. And then he turned on me and started that, and there's like, 20 other people, and I went in there, I'm ashamed of you. I thought you was a friend, I thought this and that. I did not hit on her. I had my wife, blah, 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 all this stuff. I said, it's people like you that upset me with the world and how it is today. And everyone's don't care about other people's feelings and all that kind of stuff. If you can just be nice to people, the world will be a better place. So I'm logging off here. Just know I'm ashamed of you. And I left it like that. And come here. And I couldn't believe it, though. I mean, how people, no matter what you put on video, they take it way too serious. I was just, like a joke. Like, what if Trump and Carrot Top had a baby? Can you imagine the color of his hair? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. What if OFR and Legacy? That's what I should have said. Not me and you were married. If OFR and Legacy got together, that's what I should have said. Thinking about it now. Yeah, spank my gimp. Okay. It was a compliment. You basically said you're jealous of the legacy. Only silly people took it wrong. You know what? That is exact. I am jealous. I mean, I've worked everything I can do to do what I've got now, and I go there, and it's like, you did this in the last 2 years? Oh my God, this is amazing. How? How? I want to know, you know? It was just amazing. So I was, complimenting her, but I didn't mean for it to come off like that. Geez. If people got to start trouble where there's no trouble, for no reason. Gracie in the Gago says, Brian is smiling down from heaven. His dream is coming true. I believe in that 100%. I think if there's an afterlife and he can see us, I know he's happy. He's like, wow, he got to be proud of his family, and the what they've accomplished and what they built since his absence. I mean, that's, geez. You're shitty, Brian. I can't be talking about that, so let's move on. Okay. Oh, Matt LeMay says, as soon as you said it, I said out loud, some idiot's going to have some bullshit. Well, I didn't predict it. Okay. Tiny Tim too says, you guys still have the 2 Oscars that came in, the orange one and the other one. I don't know what it is. It wasn't shown in the video. We didn't take no Oscars up there.
No, there weren't any Oscars that went up there.
So we still have them out there.
Yeah, we got Oscars up there.
Yeah, we still have them.
Unless Josh took care of them this afternoon. I don't know. There's people here, so he may have rehomed them all.
We never know what Josh does. He tells us some of what he wants to do and some of what happens, and then we find out later. Josh is like, yeah, I did that. Okay, you could have told us.
He tells me if he wants me to catch him and to take care of it.
Yeah, that's when you know you're being told.
Take care of it, I don't know.
He's funny. See, somebody else take that and turn it around that I'm ragging on my son. That's crazy.
More power to him.
Sarah Butler says, listen, I watch you for the fish. One day I'd love to come and visit the UK. I've learned all about sorts of fish and watching your videos since COVID. Thank you, Sarah. That'd be great to have you here. But, our Friday night show is more of a, I'm in this situation with Tracy where I don't get to get out much. I mean, that legacy was a once in 4 year type trip. And we had parameters. We had to be home by a certain time and all this for the nurses. But anyways, our Friday nights is basically a chance for us to hang out together. Everybody can hang out with Big Rich and what did we call you last week? Crypt kicker.
Crypt keeper.
Yeah. So
the crypt keeper stayed here and took care of business while they went out and played.
That's what he likes to claim. So let me see. David from Dublin, Ireland, watching you guys all the time. Love what you do. A true inspiration. Thank you. Oh, and that brings me to the second thing. Oh, you guys remember there a video come out that said OFR's this and that, and I addressed it. And then I talked, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago about the past and what it's gone through. I did have drug charges in the 80s. Tracy did come into my life and change everything around, and I had 3 boys since. There's been no charge, no drugs like that, no nothing around here, And man, they went off on that too, on that same Reddit thing, and said that I'm a scumbag, and they said all kinds of stuff. So, and I put on there too that I didn't just act like it never happened. I addressed it, and I was not bragging about it. That was my life then. I was living on the streets at 15. I made my way off the streets, and then I ended up meeting Tracy, and life has changed. It's never been the same since. So how long? And that's what I put on there. How long does a man have to pay for something he did when he was 17 back in the 80s? So, and I just left it with shame to you. I wish I could go in there and just delete that kind of stuff, like the queen of DUI does. He gets anything off the internet that's bad against him. I don't know how. I don't know how. Ryan Happy says, "Oh, I probably love you guys and all your videos. So cool seeing you guys with the Legacy crew. They were a nice bunch, a big, just happy crowd, weren't they? I mean, just everybody was so happy to see us, and then the fish, of course, and I mean, it's always a good time when I go up there. I like the place. I like the people.
I'll get there eventually.
Right. Tracy says the past is the past. I need to leave it in the past. But see, the whole thing is how much more can I do now to get you people to shut up and leave me alone? I paid my debt. I went through all kinds of trouble and heck for years. But anyways, don't bother me now. But calling me names and on the internet stuff like that does bother me. And I don't know why I have such a hard time letting that go. I feel I must address it and prove them wrong. I don't know. I mean, like, well, hang on a second. I gotta get Tracy back up here. Well, that's taking a second. That says, "Let the haters hate." In my book, it's just jealousy. I wish they knew somebody like Lori, and they wish they had connections you do in the fish world. Yeah. Christina Kinsley says, "I have watched you for years now. I love how big y'all have grown over the years." Well, thank you. It's kind of like a love-hate thing or a good-bad thing, because the bigger we get, the less room we have. The more crowded we become. The more stuff is in the corners or hung out everywhere. Because I have to save things. I can't just. I give away so much stuff to people that are in need. Can you turn that volume down, please?
Volume is down, but Aurora's up in the front.
So what was I getting at? Oh, so now the bigger we get, we got stuff everywhere, and I have to save it for the spring sale, which is coming up soon. And I just bought 2 10-by-30 tents that we can put down the whole side of the driveway and have everything out there under cover to where we don't have to worry about rain. So now we can. Oh, sheesh. Okay, I gotta go take care of Tracy. I'll be right back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. I got to check the door alarm. Security around here is entertaining. Anyway, now my phone's on the door alarm, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I can see a little bit of myself down in the corner, but we don't have the big screen up there right now. Anyway, yeah, everybody's running around here like chicken with a head cut off, trying to get the stands finished and get the tanks put in place. Other surprises coming up.
Oh, let's go ahead and tell them.
Well, you tell them.
Coming through doing all this stuff and, coming back from the legacy, and then we're like, oh, we can take a little break. Nope. Josh talked to Greg Woodstock, and guess what? He's coming this Tuesday. And so to do that, to come and do the pool like they want to do, they want to revamp the pool, the predator pond. We got to get stuff moved out of the way. So you'll see in one video how much we cleaned up there. And we had to get the stand for the dog bone tank inside. Before that happens, we had to get it ground down. So that's why Reaper and Mark and John were here yesterday. And then Reaper came back today to help. And we got it. We took off Josh came over today and we took off the sliding glass door and we got it inside. And it's basically in place. So I hit play on both these cameras. There we go. I got Tracy back here. So it's so much is going on at once. So now they're coming they want to take everything out of this side of the pool and everything out of that side of the pool and rebuild them rock walls, plus put the stand in. So we have to have that painted by no later than, I think, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, we got to have that painted by tomorrow. So we're running around crazy trying to get everything done that we can. And thank you, Marie. It's crazy because no matter what we do, we're getting ready for the live stream. And Josh comes over with my granddaughter. I'm like, oh, stop everything. I got to play with my granddaughter, you know? So, I, let me see. I don't know, but they just left, and I ran in here to get started, and we were actually like 3 minutes early, so we started the live stream early because I saw everybody sitting here. There was like, I don't know, 50 people or something, so I went ahead and started it early.
Speaking of which, we got 204.
Wow. Hang on a second. Jesus jumped really far. Okay, Sarah Bowler says, I think you proved you can turn your life around. What a great setup you have. All positive. That's what I try for. That's what I try to get everybody to be. You know, I don't get mad at anybody else for being the way they are. Just let me be the way I am. Around my house, you know, we don't wear shoes in the house because we got try and keep it as clean as possible for Tracy. She's, you know, in there in the hospital room and stuff. You know, we don't smoke here or get high or do none of that. You know, the people that do go out on the back porch. I mean, you say it's legal, but I don't want it around Tracy. I don't want it in the house, you know. So I don't know. I try and be as nice as I can for everybody, but Demon says, I love how excited the Legacy crew got up over the big pleco. Yeah, that amazed me. I couldn't believe that. You know, we're out here, we're bringing these tens of thousands of dollars of fish. You bought this, we donated this.
Look how this Brian picked out himself.
Right. And then everyone goes crazy over the pleco that we gave him at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay. I've got more of those. If you want more, though, we can give you more. Okay, well, we do have 215, so let's go ahead and start the Tracy update. Will one of you mods please put on the timeline, the Tracy update? Thank you very much. And, you know, kudos to all the mods. You guys are doing great. We got a couple new ones and the old trusted mods. So anyways, go on to the Tracy update. You guys remember, so I was talking about, you know, I couldn't get nothing done with these companies last week. I was on the phone for hours. And now, 2 days ago, I was on the phone for 3.5 hours. And I was like, hey, ma'am, I know this ain't your fault, but I'm kind of getting pissed here. I need to talk to your manager. Something has to get done, you know? And I just politely pushed my way through all these doors. I got transferred how many times? Geez. 3 different companies that all bought each other out, and they're passing me around all morning long. Finally get to a manager at one of them, and he says, oh, we have no order in. I'm like, no. 4 days ago, I got a call from you guys saying that the order's in, the machine's going to be here in 2-3 days. I've been waiting for the machine. Now I call you, there's no machine, and you tell me there's no order? I was like, you have to look into it farther. You have to. There's no way. And why would I get a call saying the machine's here? And you know, anyways, he looked into it and finally found it. He found everything. So he said he'd have the machine here the next day. And, well, it took more than the next day, but he got it here. So we got the new machine in now. So now we got the machine. It's called a compressor humidifier. It's a 50 PSI compressor that blows air into a bottle of distilled water. And then it has like a hose the size of my thumb coming off of it that goes down to a bag for wetness inside there, condensation bag. And then the other piece goes up to Tracy's lung and it blows in slowly, but a little fog so that it keeps her lungs moist and she don't get mucus plugs. We got that hooked up today. The nurse was so excited. We got that hooked up, and I swear to God, within a half hour of having that hooked up, which we thought Tracy was fine without it because we're giving her lavages, we're giving her on her oxygen hose. There's a thing to put a bottle on there, and it gives very little moisture that way, but it does. So we did that. Plus, we're giving her breathing treatments of just saline so that it's fogging up and giving her saline inside of her. This whole time we've been fighting. You know, it's been 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. But, you know, we hooked it up today, and I swear to God, within a half hour, maybe 40 minutes, she coughed up 2 big, chunky, just like lumps, you know. They were definitely mucus, but you can tell it was hard, like a cotton ball that was a little yellowish colored, you know. And the nurse said, that's the beginning of a mucus plug. It was sitting in a section, in the lungs that would have eventually dried out and plugged off that section of the lungs. So 2 mucus plugs got coughed out after we, did this. But we turned it down later on in the day, like I think around 4 o'clock, and put it back on her normal setting. And, because she was coughing an awful lot, and it's coming up just clear liquids, not foamy at all. So, yes, we got her back on her machine, and she's doing great. That's why I'm watching now. I've got the machine here, Tracy on the bed, and then the numbers of the pulse ox. But anytime there's a change, you got to watch everything for a while until you get into the swing of things. So that's how we do. And then Lori come over today, and she ran over to Grandma, and she looked at me, and she really don't like to be picked up that much. She looked at me, and she's like this, and I'm like, oh, you want to say hi to Grandma? And I lifted her up, and she's like, hi, Grandma, how you doing? And usually she just says hi, Grandma. And then she rubbed her arm, and she's like, you still sick? Because she's in the bed. It was so cute. Oh my God, I was dying. I was like, yeah, Grandma's still sick. Let's and I put her down, and she went on about her business. She looking for toys, playing, doing all kinds of things. I drove her around in Tracy's wheelchair around the house and gave her spins and stuff. That's when Reaper came in and collapsed to the floor and said, I can't even get up to the chair. I'm like, if you stay down there, Laura's going to come over here and think you're a pony. So, but yeah, Tracy's doing a lot better now. She looks so much more at ease and comfortable. It was like right before the live stream. We had turned it down at 4, and now it's like 5:30. I was, messing with her and checking on her and stuff, getting her ready, and she just looked so, like she's not being bothered no more. She's not having to cough and hack up anything no more. Her oxygen's doing good. And now we can turn it back down for, I don't know, the last, I'd say 2 weeks. She's been up on 4, and before that, she was always going between 2 and 3. And now we can turn it back off at 4 because, she's staying around 99, 100 all the time. So, but we'll have to see, over the next day or two what, we set it on to keep her comfortable and not over, because you don't want to give her, all this oxygen that she don't even want to breathe. She just barely puts effort in. You got to have her make her own effort, but add some so that she's not low. I don't want her down at 90, 91 on the oxygen level. If she's around 94, I'll leave it there, 94, 95. And that way, when, she coughs up, it jumps up to like 98. And then as she gets filled up with mucus, it lowers down. So that's a good thing. 94 to 95 is what I'd like to keep her at. So I'll adjust the oxygen accordingly. And, we'll get that set by next couple days. The new machine is quieter than the old one too. So that's even better. I plugged it in, and Jerry and me were both like, wow, this thing's louder than the other one. But we didn't have the bottle hook to it. Now with the bottle hook to it, that pipe ain't open. It's a lot quieter. So it is quieter than the old machine. So we like that. The nurse likes that because now there's just a gentle, in the hospital room with Tracy, not that other clunky machine that was making all that wreck. I had to put a clamp on it to squeeze the sides because if you held it, it would quiet down some. And then we put rags under it so it didn't vibrate, I think. So it was just like, the damn thing was loud as shit. And we didn't even realize it. We just got so grown used to it that the day that, we knew it was broke and I shut it off, it was like, the anxiety in the room, everything just went down. The sun opened up, birds started chirping. It was like, wow, that thing was loud. So that was the last thing I wanted to do is get another machine in here that's just as loud. But she's doing good now. We had just had her yearly evaluation. The lady came here and she's like, okay, so have you had any bed sores or red marks or bloody this or that? I'm like, no. She goes, she checked her heels. She turned her on her side, checked her back right by her butt cheeks, tailbone. She checked her elbows. I'm like, elbows, okay. She goes, yeah, it's common places where people just leave her sit, and then she gets a skin. I forget what they call it. I just said it a second ago. Or she gets sores, bed sores. That's it, bed sores. And she checked, and she's like, wow, you guys are doing a good job. And I'm like, she hasn't had a bed sore since she's been home in 4.5 years. Other things have happened, like spills and different things. And, the one nurse double dosing her, way back when, because she didn't know that I already fed her. So she gave her a second breakfast with a second set of pills. And, we freaked out about that and called the doctor, made sure, and he just had her watch us, and she got through it. And, the little things like that is a common, simple mistake that you won't do again. It's a learning curve when you take care of somebody, So now when we hand off to, like, I'm done with my shift, I'll hand off to the next nurse. I just changed her. She had her feeding at this time. I gave her pills. Her next feeding is due at this time. No pills. Nighttime feeding is pills, So, I mean, we all do that to each other now. So it's we learned. I guess we learned. But yeah, everything that we learn and become better at, she just becomes more comfortable. So it's working out for us. Except for, then after, remember I told you how the one nurse called off. Well, then Sunday night, it was the night nurse called off too. So, oh no, I'm sorry, I told you about that one. It was Tuesday night. No, it was the Wednesday night nurse called off, and oh no, Tuesday. Here, I'm sorry. So Sunday night the nurse called off, and then I had Tuesday and Wednesday that I have to watch Tracy all night, 16 hours. And then it was Thursday night, I get a night nurse for Thursday and Friday. She called off. So now I just watched Tracy, 2 16-hour shifts. But at the end of this 16-hour shift, the nurse called off. So I had to do the nurses 8 hours plus the 3 hours in the morning before the next nurse got there. So that was another 30-hour shift. And but I got today, Latrice showed up. She's such a great nurse. And I slept today. I went to sleep and just slept. So I got caught up. And woke up, took a shower, and been working ever since. It's been nonstop. So I did get, we got the taxes done too. Somewhere since Monday through here, I got the taxes done for the nonprofit organization, my personal taxes, which are the properties, and then which also adds in the YouTube taxes. And then I had to do Reaper's taxes for his channel, and figure out what he has to pay me monthly to go in with the channel. And basically, when the pay comes in for that channel, we just take out what he owes in taxes on 12 months or 11 months, something like that. So, but we got all that taken care of too. So now we're looking forward to getting this stand painted. Back, we're done with the Tracy update. I hope you guys all like that. Now we're looking to get the stand painted, and then I would like to, in the next few days, if I can go buy a pool or something, I'd like to get the water out of there. They want to work with the water in there, but they're bringing gravel to fill this side up with gravel and stuff like that. And I don't want to pour gravel in there. It's going to make that so dirty, and it's going to wash the mud off the gravel. So I'd rather just get the water out of there. We can pre-rinse the gravel, lay it down, fill it up with water, and not disturb it so much, and then let it clean over time. So I don't know. There's just too much going on, too quick. I don't have a place on my property that's level to set a big outdoor pool, like a 15-foot round pool or 30-foot round pool. I'd have to pump it all the way into the front yard, which still isn't level, but I can't do it on the driveway because cars need to come in and out, trucks and all that stuff.
Said that, wow. There is some basically level out there, but
On the front yard,
Yeah,
it's
on
a
the
light,
front,
slow slope all the way down,
Yeah.
where probably if I put up a 15-foot pool, it would be down maybe a foot on this side and full on this side, which it can hold for a few days like that.
yeah, you got somebody standing guard every fucking night.
Why? I'm not putting no fish in there, just water.
Uh,
That way, so that we can work on a dry space instead of underwater, and then we can fill it back up.
You get some transfer head pressure that way too. That's a lot higher than the pool.
Okay. So Mabel says, I have a 2-inch hybrid shovel nose, having to get rid of her within a month. 2-inch? That's the size of a beta. Why would you have to get rid of it now? Well, it don't matter. I don't ask questions.
2 foot.
Yes. It could be 2 foot, yeah. We never say no to any fish, whether it's a beta fish or, you know, a 4 foot to arapaima. We don't say no. So, oh yeah, he laughed and said 2 foot hybrid. Okay, that's a little makes a little more sense now. Somebody at the door.
There's a ding dong.
Swan Heasy says, I'm a fellow Michigander, just waiting till they open, been watching for years. Yeah, it's going to be nice that everybody, you know, because I got so much mail from people, text, email, actual snail mail, that, you know, I've seen Charlie, you know, all my life, and I'd like to come see him, and, you know, so it's a good thing that he ended up back there. I mean, I felt that was well deserved, you know. Oh my God, my thing just jumped again. It's going off again.
It's just Josh trying to get out of here.
Oh,
Turn off my notification sounds. There.
for Junkin. I don't know where I'm at, or I was getting ready to read something by Stephen Bundala, and it jumped on me, so I can't find it. Some of the fish brought to the Legacy were absolutely crazy. My God, that platinum alligator gar was sweet. Yeah, that's probably about a $3,000 fish right there. Tracy says, just love little Laura. She's so precious.
Yeah, Josh has been teaching her how to use these sharks.
So she's chasing us around with it now.
She attacked me today with 2 of them.
Oh my God, it just jumped a lot again. Actually says, I just noticed Rich is wearing his glasses. Well, these are the new ones that fit my face, so I'll wear these. And I can see I'm reading right now without them being 200%, you know, magnified
Without squinting.
or squinting. Yeah. Matt says, bro, by heavens, a new machine finally got here. My wife's been asking me daily about Tracy. We pray Tracy always. Thank you, Matt. Balls are killing me. I'll go back to the video. There we go. Play. She's at 97 now. She's doing good. Except they kept falling down my nose. I got to fix that yet. I got to tighten the things around my ears. I wonder, can I just make that go down? Yes, I can. That's so much easier. I just hit the down arrow and it goes down. May not jump like this. Shauna says, is the dog bone tank stand upside down in the back porch, Rich? Yes, it is. The little hangover part is what's going to go over the edge of the pool. So it ain't sitting on the lip of the pool. It'll actually be sitting like a ½ inch above it or ½ inch above it. And it'll overlap the side of the pool. Matt says, well, big Levitt, Mac Leavitt, or Mark Leavitt says, Big Rich, will a big goldfish, 14 inches, eat a smaller one? Absolutely. Anything they can fit in their mouth, they'll just gobble it down. If it can't fit in their mouth, they won't eat it. Lorenz says, put some super glue on my nose. Yeah, they'll sure stay in place. Okay. Oh, this has got to stop.
What's scrolling on you?
No, people sending me messages.
Oh no.
I'm trying to watch Tracy here.
Like Weaver and carry 2 phones.
Yeah. There we go. I got to hit play again. There we go. I'm sorry, whoever's sending messages, I can't see who it is, but it takes it off of Tracy's cameras here. I got 2 cameras on her. All right, so I know it's back here because we just reached the end. So let me go back up. Go down from here. I'm trying to find your message, Stephen. Tyler Kerr says, you're doing great, Rich, great man, and an inspiration for different reasons. You never give up. You always keep your chin up. When she wakes up, she'll know. What we know, love you, buddy. Keep it up. Here's how my life works. I do all this, and I try and, bring her back and give her the time to fight, to come back and all that. She wakes up, don't remember me at all, falls in love with somebody else and moves out. That's my luck. Oh, shit. If anybody can see the Stephen Bundleluck message, let me know what it said. I know he's saying something about Paco. That's his. He has one of the big Pacos or Pacus in the 3000. There's Big Betty, Paco, Charlie, the 2 black Pacu, and then all the albinos. And there's another one named something I forget, but I wanted to answer his message, but I can't seem to find it. Oh, yeah. Jens Carlson said it had the heat all year round for most of the fish. Something might have been easier. If I was to do what I do, like down in Florida or Texas or something like that, oh my God, I'd have a bunch of outdoor pools and digging holes and spraying cement and making them. Oh my goodness, I'd have so much. Oh, I found it. Hey, Big Rich, great video of Josh at the Legacy. I see Charlie and albino Pacu went there. So many Pacu. Oh, so is Paco and Betty are still at the OFR? Yes, they are, Stephen. Your baby's still here, and him and Betty are here. There's an albino out there still, and the 2 black ones are out there.
Well, somebody on the comments on the video today they thought that we took the 2 big platinum gar up there.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're here.
Well, the platinum gar was the smallest one we had here, and the 2 albino gar with the piebald morph to them were the 2 smallest we had here. And we get them up there, and they were like 30 inches long and bigger around than my arm. And I was like, wow, these are the small ones?
Yeah.
I even asked Josh, did you grab the right ones?
But those are the ones that Brian picked out himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We picked them out when they were like 15, 16 inches.
Yeah. Well, still. That was almost 2 years ago.
All right, let me see here.
Oh, I didn't want to call
Corey Swift says, Rich, why didn't you tell me saltwater was insanely expensive? I'm sorry, I just thought everybody knew. Here's a shocker, guys. Saltwater fish tanks are extremely expensive. And if you want to go saltwater with corals, oh man, you better have a good paying job. Pistol Pete says, hello, Big Rich and Willie Nelson. Okay, Christopher Junkin says, are there any fish Rich still dreams of owning that he has never had? Yes. I want my buddy, is about, I don't know, an hour south of here. He had an albino Wells cat, a true Wells, and it was 5 foot, and his head was like this big around, bigger than a basketball, and it was amazing. And I've wanted one ever since. And then they turned illegal, so all you can have are the Chinese Wells, which only get 3-4 foot, but they're a lot skinnier and smaller. And 4 foot would have to be like a 25, 30-year-old fish that's ready to pass. So yeah, I'd love to have one of those. And of course, arapaima, albino arapaima, gold arapaima, any of that. I want my big boys back. I want, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 big arapaima in the pool. So we're just growing them out now. The drinking word is Charlie, so you guys should be drinking up. Thank you, Gracie. Tyler says, you really are awesome. You can't think like that. You're a great dude. She'll know. Trust me, I have faith. She'll come fall back. Oh, she'll come fall back in love with you right away. You're an amazing dude. No, all she ever wanted was to be remarried to me. And I kept putting that off because, it fooled me once, blah, 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 but shame on you, it fooled me twice. So I was never believing it or trusting it no more, And then, after she went down, I see now for the last 20 years, she was such a great woman to me. I should have just given in and taken the chance and been married to her this whole time, because she spent her rest of her life taking care of me and helping me and working with me daily and, helping out and just nonstop letting me be all that I can be, no matter where we go, she'd be right there with me. I always had she was my, road dog. We went everywhere together. I don't go over none of my friends' houses without bringing Tracy, and everybody just loved her. So I should have just remarried her back then. So that's why I made her the promise that if she wakes up, I will remarry her, if she'll have me.
Now we got a super chat.
Oh yeah, you get to see on this Monday's video about Charlie Drink Up. I went back, I think it was 3 years, and got the video from there. You get to see me 3 years ago, where this white wasn't in my hair. It was all this color, all the way around. And I looked a lot. I don't know. Since this whole thing with Tracy, I've aged a lot. I look a lot younger there just 3 years ago. So you get to see that. And not only that, I walked faster, I talked faster, I handled more stuff at once. And now I see I'm kind of like, mellowing out and stuff like that. I saw myself and I was like, wow. And that was only 3 years ago. It was crazy. Even Sue Ann, sure. Yes, Stephen, Paco, and Betty are still there. Anime Lifestyle says, just got done watching the Legacy place. It was nice seeing you got the cool fish there, and they all made it alive with the long drive. Did you guys have any doubt? It was Josh and Rich on that trip. I've taken fish from California to here and had no casualties. But then again, I've taken trips and, like from North Carolina, maybe an 8-10 hour drive, and we had a lot of problems. I can't never say that we won't have no trouble, but we can pretty much handle anything. We've been through so much. Anthony Lozama says, good evening, guys. Glad to see your face realigning, Rich. Yeah, as it's gone away, I can now smile, and my face is even on both sides. I can still tell that there's a little something there when I try and drink through a straw. And then you got to tighten your lips evenly around it, and I really can't. So other than that,
did you skip past that super chat? Sorry.
I don't think I saw one, but it's possible. Things skip all the time.
I know it skips. That's why I asked.
Oh yeah, there's one back there. Let's go down here. Oh, there's a couple things up here. Oh, that's where I left off. There you go.
Yeah, thanks, Brother Clint. Or if our tax exempt,
If
if
someone
somebody wants to make a donation,
also, yeah.
and
Also,
wants,
what's your favorite? Yeah.
what's your favorite fish?
What's your favorite fish? Mine's an arapaima. Everybody knows that. I'm simple.
Black paradise fish.
What's that?
It's the first fish I ever paid money for.
Ah,
And probably the most beautiful fish I ever seen. And you can't hardly find them anymore. Not like that.
there you go. Multiple reasons. Let me go back up here. There's a
I
couple
haven't
here.
seen one for 20 years, 20, 30 years.
Christopher Junkin says, I just applied to renew my import permit. Excited about future business. I have not imported in years. Excited to get back in the industry. Awesome.
There's Mary Dean bought a bunch of gift memberships too.
Stephen Bundlick says, going to miss Dort Mall. Charlie, hoping he has a long, healthy life in his new home and a legacy. Mark Levin says, I don't miss a video. Been watching the Reapers and your guys' behind the scenes. Much love to y'all. Jerry is the man. Wow, you kind of threw a bunch in there, huh? Murray Dean gifted 5 Ohio Fish Rescue memberships. Wow, thank you.
There you go.
Got Corey Swift got one. SJC 2025 got one. Taylor S. Boisel Aquatics. What's up, buddy? Katie was gifted a membership by Murray Dean, yeah. And they're all saying thank you. Corey Swift, well, it's too late now. I'm already balls deep into one tank and converting my 180 into salt water. Yeah, you're going to be broke for a while, son. Sarah Butler says, how many nets do you guys go through? A lot. Demon says, Victor in Florida has massive albino wells. Yep. He's a good guy and takes care of his fish. He's got some big tanks. Jen says, Charlie, so drink up, guys. Oh, in case you guys didn't know, since I quit the drinking thing, I went ahead and started back on my diet. And let's wait for this to pop up. I'll give you the numbers. All right. It started off at 336 and I got all the way down to 310. I was doing great. And then, all this stuff happened and people were coming over and staying and, the OCA and I had Chris Biggs and Sam Scale staying here for like a week. And that's all we did was cooked and ordered food and did all that. And since they left, I really haven't been back on my diet, just eating less, but still eating. And I got back to 329. I think it was 5 days ago. So I didn't eat at all. On the third day, these guys get all Taco Bell, and there was some extra burritos. So I ate 2 of the bean burritos, and then I went back and haven't eaten since. That's now 6 days of no eating except for those 2 burritos. And today, I'm back at 316. So I'm going to keep pushing this until I get to 300. And I'll try and maintain that for a little bit before I jump it down. I want to end up, I'd seriously love to be around 250, 260. Lauren says he's getting drunk. Well, I'm glad for you. Raheem said that's why Josh rehomed all the saltwater fishes because it's expensive and plans for a start the 580 gallon saltwater. Yes, but he kept the coral safe fish. We just got rid of the fish that were not safe for corals. So, and it might not be the 580. I've got the 580 out there, but we're going to see after the sale where we can fit it, what we can set up. Josh has plans. He wanted to talk about rearranging some things in the fish room and getting the 580 in there for the fish, and then I could have the 240. But you know, we don't know.
Oh, okay.
Matt says, "Did you see the Legacy move their 17-foot anaconda today?" No, didn't see that yet. Gracie says, "Stress ages you faster, Rich. You've been through a lot." I guess that makes sense. My hair turned white on me. Oh yeah, I'm going to read through things that go on down
You
here.
jumped again.
Yeah, I know. I hate that.
Well, you went right past another. Yeah. Yeah, there she is.
Go up here. Do this. There we go. All right.
Hi, Saran. Sorry we're late. Just hit that like button and share. Spread the our love and Team Tracy.
I miss that hashtag Team Tracy. That was a movement that was pretty solid for like 2 years. I don't know. I liked it. Thank you, Suanne.
Reaper started calling me Dr. Jerry. Look at that. Raheem's calling me Dr. Jerry. He calls me up. He says, Dr. Jerry to the fish room.
SC Decade says, "Can't believe all the awesome fish so far delivered to the Legacy. They're completely hooked up with incredible exhibits." Yeah, and on that same sense, we got someone else says, "Oh, that Peroon shark was shit, and the arowana had drop eye."
Oh,
You know,
man.
I'm like, what more do you guys want? Jeez. So
And that Peru shark, I didn't want it to go.
right.
That little short-bodied Peru shark, when he turns and comes at you, he looks just like Marvin the Martian from the Daffy Duck cartoon show.
Yeah.
He's just hilarious, and he's constantly swimming around. He's a great fish.
S says, "Big Rich, did you get a package yesterday for the love of humor?" No. Did we get a package?
That's I know of.
We got a bunch of boxes today, and I opened them all except for the 2 tents. Oh, you know what? It might be, if it's small enough, could still be in the mailbox. We only get that like every couple days.
Oh.
So if it's a small thing, it can fit in the mailbox. It's probably in there. Sue Ann says, "You can't starve yourself." Yes, I can. You ain't my wife. No, last time I did it, I lost 55 pounds or 54 pounds in 1 month. And I actually made it 17 days with not eating nothing, no vitamins or nothing. And then I was pushing, I don't know, one of the kids in the cart in the grocery store, and I kind of passed out while pushing it. So at that point, I went ahead and started eating small amounts every 2 hours. So like, 7 o'clock, one hard-boiled egg, 10 o'clock or 9, 7, 8, 9, 9 o'clock, 2 pieces of pepperoni, 11 o'clock, I don't know, a piece of pepperoni and a piece of cheese, but not whole pieces, just, like a half a pepperoni. In very small amounts every 2 hours. And man, that really helped out. It kept me from wishing I was eating, kept me from being starving, but it kept my metabolism just going nonstop. So I like that. I'm going to starve myself as best I can for as much as I can, but I'm taking, Centrum vitamins. And so we'll see. Drinking a lot of water. This is, Great Crush with water. And then for a treat, I got a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. It's pretty good. It don't taste like diet that much, as bad as all the rest do. And it's 0 calories and 0 carbs. It's jumping, just doing this. Why it does that. Jens says, "Your locks have great color." Well, this is what my hair used to be. That's the color it used to be. From about here down is where it is. The rest it's crazy. Everything guy says I might be coming out to the Ohio Fish Rescue. Can't wait. I have an affordable car. I can come out to see you guys. Awesome. Lucky Larry says, keep it up, Big Rich. I was 373 and got down to 240. And it's the best thing I've ever done. I feel so much better. I mean, yeah, it does definitely make you feel better. And Jens, I tried that kava stuff. I didn't like it. Did nothing for me. Okay, so I think I'm caught back up. Yep. All right. And my lifestyle said, if you missed my one message, I said I wish the USA allows us to own Asian. Oh, me too. Asian arowana. That would be sweet. I've got people in Canada that are willing to donate us a couple different kinds of Asian arowana, but I can't find a way to keep them here.
It'd be nice to have a wild colored one, not wild caught.
I'm allowed to take them in and keep them here for, I think, up to 6 weeks, as long as I let the Department of Agriculture know if it's something there on their list, or Division of Wildlife know, and then they give me a list of places around me that do have a permit that can take it, so I can take them in and not get in trouble. I just can't keep them here for more than 6 weeks. Lorenz says even the diet sodas are bad for you. How when it's 0 calories and 0 carbs? What's the sweetener in that? Aspartame.
Aspartame. That's nasty.
May not be the best for you, but it has nothing to do with your weight. Christopher Junkin says a lot of leaf fish are to Nopapoma need live food like brine shrimp or flatworms. We've had a leaf fish for like 6 years. It's been eating dry fish food this whole time.
Yeah, it's the African leaf fish.
Yeah.
Or what they call a bush fish.
It still jumps on this.
The South American leaf fish is a completely different animal. Not even a centinoma.
Miller says people are out of line saying you're hitting on her. Oh, probably talking about
That's
Lori.
backing up a ways.
Yeah. Bullshit. You're the man, Rich, with a great family and crew. I know. See, just trying to be funny, and maybe it wasn't funny. I don't know, but I definitely wasn't hitting on her. I mean, she just lost her husband. I mean, my God. Matt says we lose a lot more weight. Can we call you medium rich?
Only when he stands next to Shaquille O'Neal. Then he's a medium rich.
Harley's right with this. Plainly, everyone involved took it like it was meant as a joke. No one was upset, but jerks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harley. Christopher Junkin said, I thought it was hilarious and well timed. I mean, I was just losing my mind. This place is so big. Oh my God. Can you imagine if we were together and how much this would, the rescue would be here? I would take that corner. You know what I'm saying? I was just, I don't know. Awesome. And Gold Trick says, stay fishy. OFR last 2 videos have been absolute bangers. No. The last 3. Actually, for the last month, I've had the top 4 videos and Josh couldn't top them. And so them 4 videos have been doing so good. Today, Josh's newest video just topped it. So I'm not in the lead no more, but I own the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th videos out as top of the line for a long time standing. All right, Jerry, you want to answer this? Nancy says, what can I do about preventing severum eggs from developing fungus? I mean, I know what I would
Water
do.
changes, nice clean water and good circulation.
And,
The
you know,
parents should be keeping them okay. Now that's with parents in the tank. If you're trying to hatch them separately, you know, you got the same thing, aeration and clean water. Severum eggs aren't too sensitive to medication, but never use it as strong as they suggest.
Raheem says, Jerry, you're a very knowledgeable person. Make a video on your fishes and why Reaper, and that's why Reaper and I call you Dr. Jerry.
Thank you. My knowledge and experience is the only thing I've got left. I'll tell you, there's 3 things this hobby requires: observation and research, and stability and money.
Time.
But observation and research are still the most important. You can be as stable
Charlie.
and have as much money as you want. You still can't do it if you don't observe your fish and do your research.
Yeah, Christopher's right here. And if you're pulling the eggs and stuff, add a couple drops of methylene blue. That'll help from developing fungus, any fungal medication type stuff. Anime Lifestyles says, Reaper proves my point. White-haired men have a lot of wisdom. Okay. All right, you're up, Jerry.
We got another super chat. Amy Maxwell sends $5. Says, happy Friday. Great videos.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The way we did that, I don't know if I think I said it earlier, but I can say it again. We broke it up to where I did a video of the tour of Legacy. Josh was going to do the video of the fish moving, a 2-parter. And then I was doing a video of the whole story of Charlie coming from Michigan, coming to the rescue, and ending up back in Michigan. So he went from a 500-gallon tank to a 3,000 to a 9,000. So that's coming out on Monday. Sabrina says, Big Rich, the package in your mailbox is supposed are. Don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think you got to go down 2 to get to it. She split it in half.
Okay.
She oopsed.
Oh.
It's supposed to give you big smiles.
Well, I wish I had someone here I could send down and get it now. I can open it up now. Austin says, I guess I'll be Jones until Monday's video now. You just got Friday's video. See, we had to do this weekend like that because we were doing every other day. So Josh would do a video on Monday. I'd do it Wednesday. He does it Friday. I do it Sunday. Then Josh would have to do a video Tuesday. I would do it, Thursday. And then he would do it, Saturday. And it was every week. It was different. So we just stopped that. I've got Monday and Friday. Josh has got Wednesday because he also does all the reels and what's the other thing called? Reels and whatever's on Facebook. Okay, Harry says, just rewatched the part where you were discussing the Lori situation, and I completely disagree. You made that comment at the worst timing, considering what she had been through. Joke or not, it was bad. But I'll tell you what. Someone just deleted you.
That wasn't Rich. Somebody deleted him. Thank you, mods.
No, what Rich was, Rich is the guy that just kicked him off the channel.
Oh.
I'm going to put up your shenanigans.
All right, everybody has their own opinion. They also have the options of keeping it to themselves.
All right. Mike says, "Hey, Big Rich, love the selection of fish you gave to Legacy. Lucky them. You got giants in that pond now for everyone to enjoy. Very kind of you. Keep up the good work." Well, it wasn't all our donations. You know, some of them fish Brian had bought, and we've been keeping them here for him forever. You know, we finally get to deliver the fish that they want. Shorts. Thank you, Rain. That's the other thing he does. And Demon says, "Bye, Harry." All right, I got to view this one. Somebody, let me see. I guess Harry pissed off Shauna. Or Shanna. No, she laughed and everything was fine. And even after the camera went down, I asked her, I'm like, "Oh my God, I didn't even think about it. You don't think I was hitting on you?" She goes, "No, you're fine, you're fine." You know, I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry," you know. And you don't think of things like that. And we were all laughing and having such a good time. It's just a idea that popped in my head, and okay, now this is something. Anime Lifestyle says, "Anime, have you ever thought of doing live stream in your big pool pond so people can see the monsters?" Yes, but we can't have the computer equipment sitting out there around the pool. So these lightings, this TV, this computer, the mouse, the keyboard, our chairs, the table would all have to be, you know, out there, and we just leave it out there, and we can't do that. So that's why we haven't done that.
We'd have to all walk around with microphones and phones.
Well, even if you do it that way, it's one person on one phone.
Yeah.
And no one else can, you know, we'd have to have people join in through like Wi-Fi, not be in the room, you know.
Something like that would be the next step. What we'd like to be able to do is live stream with somebody else on the side. Guest.
Yeah, Christopher Johnson says Josh looked like he was wore out at the end of bringing in those fish. He was. What you guys don't understand is once we put the paku that we're splashing really hard, trying to get them into the water. When fish do that kind of stuff, they put a slime coat layer comes off, and now the water starts stinking quickly. Within an hour of us leaving, that water was stinky, and then like when Josh would stop, it splashed all up and got all over my back, Josh's back, and Casey's back. It was horrible. And we smelled horrible. We smelled like a fish market when you walk in there, It was horrible. So I told Lori when I got there, I'm wet. I just got out of the shower, but I stink. Oh, and my lifestyle says, "He remembers a long time ago where I said about talking, sitting on the table in the water." That was like 5 years ago. Yes, that was when we were doing live streams on a phone, and we were just propping the phone up on like the counter, and me and Josh or me and Tracy would sit at the table with our banner behind us. And we've upgraded and upgraded and upgraded to do everything in high res and all this stuff. So now we got to use the computer. We don't use our phones no more. It was too much lagging problems and all that kind of stuff. Can you get back on here? I don't know how that happened. Okay. Did Legacy do a video of our delivery? Yes, they did, Suam. Wow, another one? I don't understand how he's still making messages on here. Hey, Harry, suck it up. Too bad. Don't make negative comments and you won't be having your comments removed. And it's too bad you're entitled. Do you think you can keep your comments on my stream? This is my stream. If it's going to bother people, I'm going to remove it. So that's why I banned you, so you couldn't post no more. And here you are posting, calling us pathetic and all kinds of other stuff. Too bad. You're gone, and I'm going to keep doing it until I never see you again. So have a happy life. He wants to tell himself I'm in the wrong. But I'll deal with that bowl. Prince Bino says extra dirty martinis and a fishy Friday. Who knew it was such a great combination? I love it. I love it. Well, I don't have this as empty. Here's to you. Here's to your dirty martinis. I wish I was drinking with you.
Charity, everybody.
Oh, back to that. Yes. Jay was videoing. It'll come in time. They're doing their video, and we've talked to them since, and everything's doing good. Fish are doing good. Everything's good. They are making a video. Oh, now somehow, see all this drama. You know, Harry, you're just a piece of shit. Virgin Atlantic says that's great. I'll be leaving Google reviews of videos of these encounters. Why? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to? Are you talking to us or are you talking to Harry? I don't understand. You want to try and hurt our business because I don't want a guy on here putting us down? Why? I go out of my way to help everybody out, help everybody in this whole situation, in the whole fish world. That's all we do. I've given away tanks, fish, decorations, heaters, lights. I've given away hundreds. I've helped out hundreds of people. And you want to make the business suffer because I threw Harry off of here? Is that what you're saying?
And you don't have to justify it. The best way is to just to ignore them. They don't exist. When you delete somebody, they no longer exist, so you no longer react to their bullshit.
Now you want to call us an idiot.
Uh,
It's probably Harry on his wife's account or something. People in the world have to hurt other people. I don't understand that. He said a negative comment, I removed it. I don't have to put it on my thing. He feels entitled to keep it on here. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's move on. Christopher Junkin says he just posted a short of my macaw taking care of all the bills today.
oh, that's sweet.
If you've seen a macaw with paper,
Yeah,
it's been shredded up.
I had a scarlet macaw for about 6 months. He was free when I got him, and he was free when I gave him away. Oh, he was a terror.
Put this back on Tracy. Somehow it keeps stopping. Gracie says there's too much evil in this world. You know, and we have a good time every Friday night, and now we got one person being an idiot, a complete idiot.
Well, let's get back to the good time then.
Yeah.
Leave the idiots in the dust.
Austin says, imagine spending your Friday night trolling a live stream. Wow.
More power to you, man. You got anything better to do. Doesn't mean we got to put up with it.
Right. Christopher says, Rich, he totally destroyed the mail. He spent solid hours shredding it. Zach Edson says, Buzzkill. Don't worry about it, Zach. It's all good. Let's move on. Hens Monkey says, hello, Big Rich. Hello. Sue Ann with the words of wisdom. Ignore the idiots. Jen says, there's always one village idiot. Demon asked anyone know Charlie's age. It don't even matter. The way he acted entitled, he's a younger guy, so just forget it. Shauna says, I'm trying to stay calm and sweat, but they got me on a bad day. Here's to calming you down. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Green Man says, I'll counter their Google review. Someone already did it. I saw it earlier today that they went on to Google review and said something about Lori and how I'm just a scumbag, and it's probably the same person.
Yeah, probably the same ass.
I'm a scumbag because I spent 12 hours of my life giving away these things to help out the legacy and taking their fish that I've taken care of for 2 years. They bought those fish, and I took care of them, paid for it, paid for their feeding for 2 years to take them up there. I'm a scumbag, though. You're just crazy. Christopher Junkin says, Rich, after having almost every rare tank bust in the world, are there still any fish you dream about? I think we answered this. It was a different answer or a different person, but same question. The actual Wells catfish in albino variety. I don't have one of them. Always wanted one of them. I've got 2 of the Chinese Wells now. They won't get much bigger than 3 foot. And then arapaima, of course. Matt LeMay says, Rich, let them give their bad review and then let us fix it. This is a parasite you're talking about. You get a bad review and I'll get you 300 good ones. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. You know, no matter what I go through all week long, no matter how much sleep I miss, no matter what hassle we go through or what's going on, my Friday nights is always, you guys just bring me back to thank you. It shows me for, everything that I do. When I it just makes me feel that it's all worth it,
Yeah.
all the
Well, guys that dislike that are doing it just for the attention. Once they lose the attention, they move on.
Yeah. But that lady called me,
You're not the center of attention.
this nice old lady called me, and she was crying. Her husband just passed a week ago, and now her 75-gallon tank busted with his angels in it. She don't know what to do. And I did everything I could. And we took another 75-gallon tank there. And I asked her, would you like to keep the fish? Oh, I can't afford that. I'm like, I know, but if someone was to give you a tank, would you like to keep them or would you want to just be done with it? And she said, well, I mean, if it was a free tank, I would love to keep them. So we took a 75-gallon tank. We went out there. Her big angels were in the bathtub with the water from the 75-gallon tank that broke.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So we took the 75-gallon tank off the stand, put ours there, took all of her decorations, all of her gravel, everything, put it up into there, her filtration, set it back up, her lighting, her lid, and got it all set back up for her. And we pumped the water back in and got the angels back up in there. And she was just so happy. I mean, that right there, know that I could make her feel that happy a week after losing her husband. That, you know what that lady's been going through? And living there by herself. Oh my God, you're just sitting in a room by yourself, just your head's tormenting you with thoughts. Just knowing that I can make her that happy. That's why I do things like this. And that's why I keep going. And a week later though, or 2 weeks later, she called me and said she couldn't keep up with them. So she did end up calling us back, and we did go back and pick up the whole tank and everything. And we helped her clean up where it was and got it all back to normal for her. And I really haven't heard from her since, but hope she's doing well. But the fact was there, Greg Woodstock gave that pond to the wounded veteran that was missing his legs from his knees down. We went up there. We drove all the way to Chicago. We took a 125-gallon tank because in the conversation, he was talking to Greg about his favorite fish, and he said, well, that's cichlids. But other than that, now we're getting this pond. I'm sure it's going to be a koi. So we went up there, and of course we brought some koi, but we donated him a 125-gallon tank. And I went to the store and bought all brand new gravel because I didn't have any matching gravel here. I bought it all white. And then we put some big rocks in there, and we took them like, I think 25 of our cichlids, and light, stand, everything. And we spent the day there, like 6 hours setting this up. And when we left there, we still had a 6 hour drive home. And yeah, we got a video out of it. But man, you should have seen this guy's face. He was just sitting in his wheelchair in front of that tank. He's like, this is awesome. And he's just looking at his fish. So, you know, when you do good things like that, you feel good. And you know, it may be either shallow or lame for me to say, but I like the way it makes me feel. It makes me feel like I'm doing something in the world that's helping people, that's making me worth something, you know? And then every Friday night, you know, all the bad all week long, and I try and shrug it off, and you guys just bring me back to reality, so thank you. That's why I like hanging with you guys on Fridays. So when I saw that review, the 5-star review, that was a 1-star. That's our first 1-star, our only 1-star. And, you know, he was just like, you're just a pig, you this and that. I thought to myself, well, there goes somebody that's absolutely in love with Lori, because everyone knows that I wasn't hitting on her. And, you know, I don't know. This is crazy. Marie says Fishy Family sticks together. Absolutely. Airtime says, what's the schedule on getting the new tanks up and running? We failed that to meet that schedule. We're past the point. We didn't expect it to be, we have to resand them, sand them down, and, you know, redo it, or none of that stuff. But we didn't expect the legacy to come on this quickly, and we definitely didn't expect Greg Woodstock to come here, because he's been telling us for years, you know, he's coming. So all of a sudden, everything hits at once. So the tanks have had to take a back seat. So basically, after Greg leaves, the first thing we want to accomplish is to take that sump apart, put our filtration up in a little pool next to it, so we can empty that sump, have the filtration still running, and then sand that sump down, clean it out, and repaint the inside of that with the paint that we used before. And then put the filtration back. When that's done and out of the way, we can sit back and relax, because now it's up and running. Because right now we're getting rust everywhere in that sump, and eventually it's leaching into our water. Our water's way too big to have that little bit of rust, but eventually it's going to turn into a full rust bucket. So we have to do that first before the other tanks.
The longer we wait, the harder it's going to be to clean up.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad we didn't get the glass in those other tanks. Every time I think about it, there's that one bonus. Yeah.
Okay, we reached the end. Awesome. Lord, I'm caught up. Except for the few skips we got, we may have missed some up in there.
We did miss one.
What?
Somebody asked hypothetically, if we got a donation of $200,000, how much, what we do use it for, and where it will go.
At that point, I've got two different outlooks on that. Myself, I would do the addition on the back and get that big tank that we were talking about, that's going to be, you know, 30 foot long, 10 foot wide, 6 foot tall, or something like that. I would do that, because we had that tank lined up for 130,000, and I think it was 80,000 to do the addition. So it was 210. We tried doing a GoFundMe on that, and we got maybe, I think it was 4,000 or something. So it didn't work out. But I think that's what I would do. Now I know what Josh would do. He'd be like, this is the time. We go rent a building now, and we transfer everything over, pay for people to help us move, pay for trucks, everything, and we just get it moved and open up like a storefront, or either, we can't open a local aquarium, but like a storefront, and then, you know, a rescue, all the same thing. Because Josh has been doing a lot of ordering from all the connects that we know of different fish. That's how he's getting all these sturgeon in. And with that, you order 20 fish and you sell them for next to what you paid for them. You end up getting one you can keep yourself for free.
Why do you guys only have big fish?
Hensley, you don't even see them all. There is, we actually have out there right now, there is some mollies, some guppies. There's, I got angelfish in the front tank with What's some plecos in there?
The
Bristle nose plecos.
Yeah, the bristle
Yeah.
nose. There's Congo tetras in that tank. There's the geos are all in there. I've got two of the smallest fish in the hobby. The little spotted, dang, one of the little live bears. Spotted skiffia.
Yeah.
Thing's only about a half an inch long.
What's going on with this Haza person now?
What's that?
Oh, that's Harry. I'm willing to take down the review if you're willing to just accept the fact that comment was at a very inappropriate time and it was wrong to make. No, I won't do that. It was a simple thing like, what if Trump and Carrot Top, which are two guys, would never get married? What if those two had, got together? Can you imagine the color of that hair?
So
you're in love with Lori. I see that. Why do you keep coming back here? Why do you just go away? If you want to leave your comment, leave it. Stop hassling us. We're here having a good time. All right, he's gone again. Thank you guys for deleting all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
what a way to try and ruin somebody's night.
timed out. That's the best you can do.
I mean, seriously, the guy's got no life.
He's,
Now, here's something that I will say. I will never say that it was wrong, okay? Because then I'd be admitting I'm being an asshole, but I wasn't. I simply meant it as a little joke, and I didn't mean it to hurt nobody. And I did apologize to Lori afterwards and asked her, I hope you don't think I was hitting on you. And she said everything was fine. So that's that. Maybe distasteful. It could have been. I didn't know it at the moment, but yeah. Did you guys get paid or was it pure donation? Okay. We donated the fish that we had, plus the fish that Brian bought when he came down here, and then he's hit up a couple of people around us, big fish people, monster keepers, and he bought some fish off of them, and he couldn't take them back home. So he had us take care of them. Well, it took 2 years, almost 2.5 years that we've been taking care of those fish. So he bought them, yes. We fed them for 2.5 years for absolutely free, and then we took them up there, and our time and effort to take them to them, and all the fish that we donated, those free stuff too. So it was a kind of mix between two. We donated a lot. I mean, some of them fish are, there's some expensive fish up there. So, but he also bought some nice fish. But he bought them and they were like 15 inches, and now they're 30 inches, and we're giving them to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say what the actual numbers would be now, but we didn't get paid to do that. No, absolutely not. Steven says, Big Rich, how's Diesel doing? Haven't heard anything for a while. Diesel's doing good. He's over at Josh's, and I get to see him every once in a while when I can make it over there. I just saw him this last Sunday. He's still a little, loud, ankle biter type dog.
he was still fun to have around while he was here.
But after he calms that down, he's good. I mean, he missed me. He was all over me.
He will guard you like a Doberman.
He thinks he's such a big dog. That is so crazy. Yeah, Brian was there. I would have said, Brian, if me and you were together, imagine the place we'd have. I mean, it's just that simple. Shrug it off, guys. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian was cool. He was pushing animal welfare just like ORF. Yep. or OFR. Sorry.
Somebody commented a little while ago, freedom of speech is for everyone. That doesn't mean I got to listen to it.
Or it doesn't mean I have to leave it posted on my
really.
thing. He can say what he
He
wants.
can
You don't
say
like
what
it,
he
that's
wants.
fine.
He has his more power to it. Take it where somebody else appreciates it.
Okay, what else can we talk
Another commercial? Jeez. That's 5 so far tonight.
T-Town Pet says, what's the drink word of the night? That's Charlie. Charlie. Raheem, I already had you. It's already done. Okay, so I think we're caught up again. Hedge says, that's cool. You deserve payment. We didn't get paid for it, but I would, if she tried paying us, I would have said no. I mean, this is what we do. This is what we're all about. Giving fish a larger home. And you know, Charlie would have stayed here forever with us. But now he's in a 9,000 gallon tank. I have to give up. Yes, he was a celebrity fish. Yes, you know, it was cool to have around, but it's better for him. You know what I'm saying? And now the people in Michigan can actually go see Charlie again. So, I don't know. It's just a better thing. So. Oh, here we go again. Cheers to Charlie. Why are some of these questions like not bright white yet? See, now it turned bright white.
Yes, that's the one you're pointed on.
No,
Your pointer is on the one that lights up.
No. These are all white. None of them are dark. Let's see how this one's dark.
Yeah, well, it's at the bottom of the screen.
Right, but in a second it'll turn white.
When you go up.
No. Watch.
It's not going white.
It's white now.
See? Yeah, because you went up.
I didn't go up.
It went up.
Okay, it went up. Okay. Really, snakeheads are popular in India? Reem says. I would love to have snakeheads. They're banned here too. SK Decade says, good for Charlie. He got an upgrade. And not to mention, they also have, you know, a vet, you know, on staff. So we don't have that here. Damon or Demon. It's funny.
Yeah, it's you, Jim, and me either. I can't vote that. Reem comes back with Charlie. All
right, so now outside we got the dog bone stand inside, and it's sitting right where it's got to go down. Tomorrow, Josh is going to be painting, and I'll have to do, you know, like grind right in front of it because it's going to flash rust. It's still in around the pool, but it was raining outside. We had to finish standing outside and bring it in. And so now I'm going to have to go ahead of Josh and do the 4 sides of the pipe and let him paint that. And then, you know, the next one, then the next one. And that's how we're going to have to finish it because it keeps flash rusting before we get to paint it. Demon says, Charlie's thoughts tonight. Wee! Oh, yeah, they're talking about all the different kind of chana. Oh, my God, them things are beautiful. I saw a light blue, like sky blue one. Amazing. I would love to have one here.
You've been doing some beautiful line breeding. Some of those things are insane.
Chris 10M says, my daughter turns 14 on Monday. She will be on spring break. Can I bring her by? We are in North Olmsted. Oh, you're close to us. We will even volunteer. Yeah, come on by.
See you Monday.
Yeah. Matt LeMay says, you got paid with Lori's smile to see her that happy after all she's been through, and to know that OFR put that smile on her face, that's your payment. Exactly. Everything guy says we should do a subscribe only, but I don't do that. I leave it open to public. You know, something like this happens once every 6 months. It's okay. If we don't feed into it, it don't take away anything.
Honestly, if it was subscribers only, I wouldn't be here. I don't think I was.
Yeah, you're not even a subscriber.
I wasn't. I'm still not a subscriber.
Right. What do you do around here, Jerry?
I am subscribed. I'm not a member.
No, member, that's it, yeah.
No, but I wasn't even subscribed back when I first texted you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
As a matter of fact, I think it was about that time that I did subscribe.
Jay Tun says, what do you do for fun lately, Rich? Well, I got out of the house. I got to make it to the legacy. It was the funnest day I've had in a long time. It was great. Christopher Drunken says, one of the first fish I sold as a kid in the 80s was a baby giant snakehead. I had one back then too. It was the red line snakehead is what I had.
Yeah. Back in the early 80s, yeah.
I had a 29-gallon tank. He had a red line snakehead in a 29-gallon tank. Didn't realize how big they would get. It didn't work out. No, pet stores should have never sold it to a kid. Exactly.
Okay.
Probably got it for like $2 or something.
Unfortunately, that's one of the reasons why they're illegal now. Is because people, when they outgrow their red lines, outgrow the tank, people release them.
Yeah. Look, Harley even says it's rare for trolls here. You know, this is a big bunch of family, and everybody's here every week, and you know, we just hang out. This is what I normally do for fun all week long. But then I come here. This is my Friday for, you know, my little breakaway. And,
trolls should stick to the bigger channels, get more attention that way. That's
Yeah.
all they're doing it for.
Okay, so now this Charlie video, I said it before, but you guys are going to see me looking younger. But the video is only, I think it's 720p maybe. So the first 10 minutes is going to be lower quality video from 3 years ago, and then it kicks up into the good quality. So you got to keep watching, even though if you don't think it's any good, keep watching and it gets better. That'll be Monday. Jenny says, was Reaper actually of assistance, or did he just run off and film a bunch of creatures the legacy hadn't introduced to the public on film yet? Did you guys catch any flack for that? No.
He
Reaper
does the same thing around here.
Yeah. No, Reaper, he's a good guy. He actually asked Lori first if he could video that because he saw that I was doing the tour video and Josh was doing the fish moving video, and then I was going to do a Charlie video out of all that. So there wasn't much left for Reaper to do. So he asked Lori to do a tour of the reptile side, and she said, absolutely, go ahead. So we didn't catch no flack for it. As Reaper was actually of assistance, I don't think so. He was videoing the whole time he was there. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But, you know, that helps. It helped his channel, you know, got another video out. He drove himself, so he paid for his gas. He didn't want to sit up in the truck, so he drove himself, which turned out great because he would have been soaking wet with us. But in the Netherlands, you can't sell fish to children under 16. That's kind of cool. In the 90s, I would go to Chinatown in New York to buy live snakeheads from the fish markets. Oh, man, I guess you can get some big ones out of there like that then, huh?
Can you imagine? It's bad enough when your 12-year-old brings home a kitten. What if your 12-year-old brings home a China?
Tracy says, what got me into fish as a kid? My dad went fishing at Buckeye Lake and caught a school of baby fish. I ended up raising them in a fish tank, and the love for fish for me was born.
Good start.
Did you end up putting them back in where you caught them from? If they got too big for you? Yeah, and Harley Jeff says that, you know, they did have workers there to unload it. They had like a bunch of people there helping us, you know, Josh and oh geez, I'm calling blank.
It was 30 degrees out there and in the 30s, and you've got an open truck with water evaporating.
Yeah, we had to do it quick.
Yeah, we had to, you know.
That's why I stood back and just videoed. Because I can video while carrying and helping and this and that, but they were running. They were jumping up in the truck, getting the fish running down. I stepped back.
Reaper was asking me today, where's all those young guys? He's out there grinding on that
Yeah,
stuff.
Reaper was a big help today. And I even thanked him on his video that, you know, your videos, you know, when you go on rescues, I don't consider that, you know, volunteer work. Because you're getting paid for that out of your channel. You get the money.
Yeah.
But today, what you're doing, your stores can be, you are definitely volunteering today. And thank you, buddy. Gents, think about the snakehead money just waiting in India. Oh, Shauna says he asked if it was okay on camera. Okay. I knew that he asked. I didn't know if it was on camera or not.
He must have, because I wasn't there, but I knew about it. I mean, I knew he asked. I must have got it off his video.
Oh, I don't like this jumping stuff. Tracy said, yes, she returned them to the lake you grew up at. Awesome. Thank you. Jen says, Reaper missed the tarantula. Oh, yeah. Depth chart says, yeah, and Reaper could smoke when he wanted to, too, in the car. Yeah, you can't do that in the truck with the fish. Jen says, Charlie, drunk as a skunk.
I think it's a raccoon, but it'll pass.
Well, they're trying. You know what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Drunk as a raccoon has never been said. It's drunk as a skunk.
Hey, excuse me.
And it is a raccoon, so I can see that.
That means he must be drunk too if he thinks that's a skunk.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's who somebody didn't show up. I wanted to gather up everybody. Lori's crew, our crew, stand against their biggest tank and just tell everybody, thanks a lot, Will Star. Because he didn't show up here. We waited. We were even like 15 minutes late leaving. And you guys remember, I'll be there by 6:30, and I bet him $1, and he never showed up. He never showed up, so he owes me $1. Sue Ann says, I wish there was a camera in the back with Casey and well, she said CJ, but his name's Casey. That's the name I couldn't pull up a second ago. Oh yeah. Oh my God. It is so funny because I see him. I mean, as soon as we get out of the driveway, we turn left and we're on Colebright for maybe 3 houses because I'm the 3rd house on the right. As soon as we turn left onto Trimmer, that water went everywhere. And Casey come running up front, he butt first, and he's sitting there and water dripping off his nose and his hair. And I'm trying to turn my camera on to get it. He was already sunk before we even left. I mean, we just left. It was hilarious.
There was some good fun in that video.
Yeah.
Still to come.
Christopher Junkin wants to know how long it would drive. It was 3 hours. It took us 3.5 hours, but normally it's a 3-hour drive. But we couldn't go over 65 because the water sloshing around and making the truck bounce, and then it made water slosh more. So we had to slow down to calm down the movement.
Oh yeah, Reaper was using his windshield wipers behind you.
Yeah. They
That was
called us. They go,
hilarious.
"You guys got a leak. There's tons of water pouring out." I'm like, "It's the extra splashing out of the tub because it's the water's going everywhere."
Oh yeah, housebound and board. Did you see the water splashing on Reaper?
I didn't see that. I got to watch that. Michael just little says, "Why did he take the video down originally?" Um, I don't remember. It was a good reason, but I don't remember. Lauren says, "I bet we'll start €2. He didn't put up the money." I'm sorry. You guys got to deal with the ads. Greg asks, "Can a sacrificial anode system prevent flash rust on tanks while they're in the process?" Just a thought. I'm not a chemist. I'm sure there's something like that, but we don't have it here now.
Yeah,
Casey should have worn a wetsuit, Gracie said. Who would think ahead that the round tubs were horrible like that? We've used them many times before. I just was never in a truck that did that after 65, because once the truck goes one way, then the water starts going that way, and the truck's coming back, and then the water comes back. Now it's making the truck even worse. And the water it was like a build-up event. So it's never done that to me before. But
it's a certain rhythm.
the square tubs did fine and didn't do none of that. It was only the round tubs. That's why when we got back, I don't know if I think it was on the end of Josh's video or it's on my video where we're retiring all round tubs and just going with the square ones from now on. Ah. So Ann says, "Is Lori still here? I have a 5-inch piranha that needs a home." You're coming out to the sale soon. You can bring it with you, and I'm sure she'll take it then. Otherwise, I don't know how far away you guys are. I think 2 or 3 hours. Seeing as how you come here once a year, so it's got to be a pretty good distance. Jen says, "Will Star heard they had seen Bigfoot near Area 51. Espen Hopland says, "How many gallons of the legacy tank where all the monster fish, freshwater fish went?" Um, Lori said it was, search amount, and then AJ said it was a different amount, and they agreed together that it was 9,000 gallons. But Josh took some measurements. He wants to figure it out too, because it's definitely way bigger than our 3,000-gallon tank.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's closer to 5 or 6.
No. We were told first it was 14, and then someone said 11, and someone else said 9, and
I give it 10,000 with what's in the filter system. That's a hell of a filter system.
okay, doing it this way here, it does jump, but it only jumps like 5 or 6 lines. I can get right back to it.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's better.
That button.
Yeah.
The way these things been jumping on.
Sean H., it was cool to see Brian's dream come true. It absolutely was. So many side conversations going on.
Yeah.
Housebound and Board says, "Rich, don't be sorry about the ads. If going through a few ads helps me help you, then I'm fine with it. I'm on a fixed income due to disability. Watching, liking, and seeing the ads are how I can help." Thank you. Jen says, "Josh drove like a race car driver?" ? No. Reem says, "I should do some funny videos of the trip." I wish I could. I don't know why everyone's saying there's a lot of ads today, but I haven't changed nothing. I haven't done nothing.
No, I see them down here, but
Okay, we're caught up again. This is rare. And says they should have had more smaller fish in those big tanks. They've got lots of time yet. They're not even open yet, so it's a matter of time. And then we're going to have more fish for them too.
now you're just used to seeing the cichlids in a monster pond.
Yeah.
Not everybody can have cichlids in their monster pond.
Vasquez family, how you doing? Says you guys have helped many YouTubers with holding and donating fish. Reaper's here, OFR behind the scenes. Hey everybody, happy Fishy Friday. What's up, Reaper? You still sore, buddy? He came over and helped, and man, he wore himself out. Oh. Yeah, Reaper just left here he just got home and he's logging on now. When he left here, I made a joke to Jerry. I'm like, he left here just in time so he didn't have to do the live stream, right? And Jerry's like,
I saw that. Shoot, I'm out of here.
Jen says, bring Jerry to the Legacy next time. We can do that. But in this situation, we weren't there to hang out and do all that. We were there for the fish, and Jerry had things going on here that you had to tour or something, and
Yeah.
had to take care of the fish here, stuff like that. Sean says, you broke Reaper. He says, oh yeah, I can't even raise my arm for a drink. Poor Reaper.
I had that whole scuba diving club.
Oh yeah, that's right. 15 people.
15 people I did a tour with. Oh, that was fun.
The thing with large crowds of tours, you can't just go through and talk about each tank and then move on. You've got people who are like, hey, what's this fish? Hey, what's this fish? This fish over here, what's this one? And just everybody has so many different questions once you can't really do a tour. Mike Stombaugh says, oh, for Rich, I thought the Legacy was getting an arapaima. No, the new guy took over and said that we just don't have the room for an arapaima. He don't want to get one in there and have it outgrow. So I mean, they didn't even want to mess with it. If they make a bigger tank down the road, they will get one. But as of now, they just don't want one. So
they just don't have room for one.
Well, 9,000 gallon tank is okay, but it ain't like it's super long. It's as long as my 3,000, but it was tall and from front to back. So basically, the arapaima could just swim circles. So I don't know. They changed their mind on that, which is good. I like the new fish guy. Housebound and Board says that was the most amazing transfer ever. It was an absolute delight. Watching the Pacu and Gar get the zoomies in their new home was top tier. Yeah, they got the zoomies when they, whenever you transfer a Pacu, they go into like this, I don't know, like a state of a zombie, and they lay on their side. Yeah, I know his name is AJ Rahim. They lay on their side, and then when you bring them in, I used to freak out. People freak out. I'm like, no, he'll be fine. Give him 5-10 minutes, and then next thing you know, you see him try and get up, and they don't really get up, and then they're up and they're swimming fine.
Later in the video, he's swimming around just happy as hell.
Yeah. As Jen says, they can get one later on. Enzi says, I wanted to have AJ some nice life bearer fish that are extinct in nature for preservation. That would be nice, and I'm sure they're going to look into all kinds of things like that.
Oh, I'm positive. That's kind of part of what the Legacy's about.
Yeah. Reaper or Harley Gem says, Reaper, sorry to hear you hit the floor with exhaustion. He was on his hands and knees, and literally his arm was touching the chair he could have sat on. He went to the floor. As soon as he came in, he's like, that's it, I'm done. Poor Reaper. But I had to go in at 3 to watch Tracy. So, I mean, if it wasn't for Reaper, it wouldn't have been done. And now we got it in the house, and, you know, we can still touch it up in here, but we don't have to have all that rust dust everywhere. You should have seen it. It was all over my hands, my arms, my face. Reaper started laughing at me because I had rust on my face where I rubbed my eye or something, and I had rust on my chin over here, and all my whole shirt was covered in rust, dust, you know, and he was laughing at me. Front doorbell?
Not on my phone.
Hmm.
I mean, I turned off the sound,
just
but
boxes.
I still should get the thumbnail.
Oh, Joseph Rosinski. He's got some fish for us. I'll deal with that afterwards. Okay. Oh, my God. Jumped so bad.
Well,
Matt
I'm
LeMay.
mobile bound. Yeah, that's good.
Hensley says, are you guys using a sand filter on your big pond inside? No. Sand filters are okay for a little bit, but then they do something it's called cavitating, where the sand is no longer like a fluidized bed filter and stays up. You get a like a channel that goes up through, and then the water just passes through your sand. Period. And it's the sand compacts too much for it to do a backwash and clean itself out. I stopped using sand filters years ago for the big ponds because it's just too much to flow through. I use sponges on everything. The water gets pumped up, goes through the sponges. I can take off top layer sponging and change things, and then it goes down through trickle filter through a wet dry, and then it comes back. That's all I use. Reaper says, so what's up for tomorrow? Tomorrow is what? Oh,
Saturday.
you're going. Reaper took my van home to go pick up a riding lawnmower or something. And then what am I doing? I really don't know.
Working on that stand.
Oh yeah, got to be touching that stand up a little more. Josh wants all that black off. We took the rust off. He wants the black off too. He wants it down to bare metal all the way through. So if I get any community service, that's what they'll be doing. That's what I'll be doing. Yeah, Reaper, you need an Epsom salt bath for your aches and pains and soreness. Go ahead and pamper yourself, buddy. Put some candles on. Sit in the bathtub. Just be a girl for the night. You'll be okay. As he says, you should look at Sarah Saporax. Let me finish that. On the pond, we have it's called a Stay Right System 3 that is just a big, huge filter. It has a center filter.
Paper filter.
Yeah, paper filter and a round filter. And then once every 3 months or so, we take that out, swap it with one we've already cleaned, and then we leave them set out. And then we pressure wash them, and we keep swapping them back and forth. And we, draining. With the paper filter, nothing gets past this point. So when you open up the bottom, everything that was outside the paper filter gets sucked out and goes to the drain. So that's how we've been keeping the pool, this whole time. Well, that and Greg Woodstock installed that wetland filtration
In the pond.
in the pool pond. In the 12-foot deep area, there is a snorkel coming down to 3 centipedes going out, and they're like just a corrugated pipe that's 10 inches or 12 inches around, and it has slits all through it. And then gravel comes up to them and sets level with them. And then they have their, I forget what they call them, their blocks, aqua blocks.
Yeah.
They look like milk crates with, you know, stuff inside of them. And that works just like the bio ball. And they put a layer of aqua blocks across the whole 12 foot by, it was 25 foot by, I think, 12 foot. And so now these snorkels are sucking water through the aqua blocks, you know, down from there. And then on top of the aqua blocks, they put on 1.5 inch gravel for about 1.5 feet, and then inch gravel for about 1 foot, and then pebble gravel, like 1/4 inch gravel for the last 1.5 feet or whatever. And basically, it's like old school undergravel filtration just kicked into butt. So it sucks through all this. It sucks water in, goes through the caterpillars, goes out into the aqua block, spreads out evenly, slows down, and then goes up through the rocks. And the rocks keep all the debris down. So once a year, we take the pool and we lower a pump down into the centipede that goes up and all down in there. And then we put the lid on with the hose coming through the lid. So now it's going to suck from under there and pump out. And we run the hose outside. And you talk about a yuck factory. It is just muck. It is so bad. And this is what everybody says we should bottle up every year and sell, you know. But
perfect garden material.
Right.
Too bad we can't have a garden here. Got a herd of deer in the backyard that would argue with a garden.
Reaper says his bathtub is kind of small. Well, basically on the pond, we took our original filtration, which has the heater to it, that was running through the pool. We use that now for like a polishing filtration and heating the water. And then the Greg Woodstock wetland filtration, man, that eats up all the dirt and everything, because we've got now, not only is it cleaning the pond, but we've got our whole fish room running through it too, in a big circulatory thing. And it keeps everything clean. So we don't have a problem with needing more filtration or at all, except for on the 3000. We've got filtration on that, but you know, sometimes we add more and more fish because that's where they build up until the public aquariums can take them. So we may get, you know, 6, 7, 8 pacu, a bunch of catfish, a bunch of, you know, just different things and turtles and all that. And then you'll see it starting to stay cloudy all the time. That's because we're overexerting the filtration that's on it.
It's after 8.
Oh. Jens Carlson says, I grinded and painted a cruise ship once. Well, you're more than welcome to show up and help us grind. The seed filtration I like. Bead filters are nothing more than just a trickle filter. You know, it's the same thing as a sand filter with bead in it, and you know, it's a wetland filtration. I don't like having any of my wet dry filtration be underwater, because if something ever stops, you got 3 hours before all that stuff starts dying in there, all the microfiltration or bacteria. On my systems I build, everything is a trickle. So basically, we've got a huge, you know, sump full of bio balls, and if the water goes out, you know, electric goes out for 24 hours, even if that wasn't running, it still stays moist enough in there to keep the bacteria alive. So I believe in that, and that's what I've been doing. Plus, it's the cheapest to run to just pump. Your pump has no head pressure going up 6 foot to the top of your filter, and then, you know, letting gravity do the work. And, you know, that's how I build all my filters. So I've stuck with that for a long time. It does me good. You know, I had other people that say, oh, you got to have a boil barrel filtration. That's where you got all the like K1 media and you got air stones blowing it around. But that does the same thing. If the electric goes out for any length of time, your bacteria starts dying because there's no oxygen there.
Every system is different. Whatever works.
Right.
The best for your system.
And that's another thing. I use more and more plants as I can, so to help with naturally filtrate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that all worked for you. Just that this is the cheapest, easiest way for things to work for us. Now we got our plants are in our filtration lens and in our sump and in some tanks. Yeah, some fish will eat, the plants and stuff like that. We don't put plants in there. Reaper saying bye. And like you were saying, I'm sure it works for him. Just that this works for us, and it's cheaper, and I don't have to buy nothing. I build them myself.
Yeah, well, uh, no matter what, he's going to be modifying and balancing those systems. To find out real quick that. Oh, it's getting after 8 o'clock, bro.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I gotta go take care of the fish yet.
Well, then you can excuse yourself and go. I don't mind.
Well, then Tracy's alarm goes off and he shut down.
All right.
No big deal.
The old ball and chain. The wife is, telling me I gotta go. I'm sorry, Jerry. But it is after 8, so we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and spending your Friday nights with us. I appreciate it. And till next time, stay fishy, my friends.
Travel well and stay fishy, people.
Now if we can get this shut off the right way. End stream here. And okay, that